These are going to be the three most important lessons I've learned over the past 9 months in this space from taking an agency from 0 to 100K a month. Important lesson, and it's the first thing that you're going to do, is setting the tone with the creator you sign. Once you sign on a creator, you need to set the tone as if this is a job. It's a job. It's not a hobby. It's not a part-time little gig. It can be a part-time little gig, but you have to let them know if they want to make a lot of money, they need to be working for 4-6 hours every single day. It's not just little, oh, I'll post one TikTok and then next week I'll post a TikTok. Setting the tone at the beginning is so important to building a solid foundation and relationship with all of your clients. If your clients are expecting big results because you promised them up front and you fail to meet that because they produced no work, that's your fault, not theirs, because you didn't explain that up front. Most people say, hey, look, in 90 days, you'll be in the top 0.01 with our unique marketing strategies. It's a bunch of fugazi. What it really comes down to is the clients putting in hours of work every single day, creating viral content, creating TikToks, creating YouTube, streaming on Twitch, getting herself out there on social media platforms so others can view her content and see her. It's all about eyeballs, and if you think you can collect all the eyeballs just yourself, you're incorrect. I promise you that much. You can set the tone. You can tell them you'll get them amazing results. Say, okay, this is all you have to do per day. You just have to make 5 to 8 TikToks. I'll send you the same TikToks every single day. All you have to do is just replicate them. I need you to go live stream on TikTok for 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day. Explain to them what they have to do and then follow it up with the results. Say, hey, I've done this for someone else and they've gotten these results from doing this and following exactly what I say. Most of these agencies will lie to you and tell you that they can drive all this traffic by themselves, but that's simply just a lie. You have to put in the work. I'm going to manage you. It's not I'm going to do everything for you. I'm going to manage the content you produce, and I'm going to manage the clients that want to talk to you. Simple as that. The next thing is the control of money, the money flow. And this is where I personally messed up really big with my agency. So what we were originally doing is we were signing on creators and we were invoicing them and we were just expecting them to pay those invoices, right? So I'll give you guys a little story on what happened to me. What happened here is we went from about 25,000 a month to 75,000 in about a 30-day period. We were expanding very rapidly, and one of our larger creators was late on an invoice and we let her slide because she's always paid. And then she was late on another invoice. And basically, she ended up stealing about $20,000 from our agency. And this was a major setback. It really killed morale in our team. And it was like, damn, like how could this even happen? It almost just was like, how does that even happen? So controlling the money flow. How do you control the money flow? Well, there's 3 good ways you can do this. The first way is you can connect your Cash App. If you have a Cash App, you can connect your Cash App to the creator's account. You can create up to 2 different Cash Apps, so you can use that on 2 different accounts. The next way is what's it called? Cosmo. It's a mobile banking app, just an online bank, and they will allow you to create as many Cosmo accounts as you want under your name, and then you will just connect them to your model's page, right? So what we actually do is we have them fill out all their information and then we set up the account. So the bank is underneath their name, but if they want to access the money, they need a 2FA code that gets sent to us. So controlling the money, don't expect people to pay you. You need to control that aspect of the business. If you don't, I promise you, you're going to run into the same issue I ran into and get ran off on for a pretty solid bag. The last way is using a software called Melon. So Melon takes 5%. I highly recommend it if you live in the US. What they do is they'll connect your bank or the creator's bank, and then every time a withdrawal gets pushed through from the platform, OnlyFans, it will take your set percentage and send you that automatically. So they do take a percentage, but it's guaranteed you're going to get paid out. If the creator tries to take off the invoice and if they try to not pay the invoice, the software will not unlink from their bank until the invoice is paid. So the only way they won't be able to pay you is if they close down that bank completely and open a new bank account, which is a major hassle. And I guarantee you they're not going to do that unless you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then that's a different thing. Take them to court, totally different thing. The third lesson I learned, and this is honestly a very valuable lesson, is expanding too quickly and outsourcing all the work. So we went through a stage of just complete rapid growth, and we were growing really, really quickly. I told you we were going from about 25,000 to like 75, 80,000 in like a 30-day period. So we like tripled our business in about 30 days. And so what I learned from that is we tried to hire out all these different positions at once, right? And that's where we fucked up because we hired out an HR department that we were spending $500 a week on. Then we hired a what's called a Twitter guy. We were spending about like 800 a week on, and then a Reddit guy that we were spending I think $1,000 a week on or $800 a week on. And then we hired two, not one, but two model managers to manage TikTok and organic content, right? And then like OnlyFans content, et cetera, et cetera. The intention was me and my business partner wanted to just basically step back, focus on growth, and let our team handle everything. And you cannot do that. We would train them for about a week to 2 weeks and sort of work with them a little bit, but the major downfall was we had so much forward momentum, and forward momentum is so key. But we had so much forward momentum that we thought we could afford to just pay out $4,000 or $5,000 a week in expenses to employees. And then on top of that, we had a whole chatting team, everything. And what we messed up on is when you hire out all those positions at once, you can't focus on any specific position. So we weren't going super deep with Reddit. We weren't going super deep with Twitter. We weren't going super deep with short form content. It was just sort of a baseline. We were decent at everything. And when you're decent at everything, you lose because that's not good enough. You need to be exceptional at least one thing if you want to be exceptional in any space. So after we hired out all those people, everyone was just doing their job. It was functioning as normal. But then the issue came up where basically we got robbed of $20,000. Once we got robbed of $20,000, we were investing all our money back into marketing strategies. We were investing it all back into employees, into building the brand, into swimsuits, you name it. We had a big vision. We were seeing the big vision, and we were just investing it all back in, saving no money for ourselves. So when we got robbed of $20,000, that sort of fucked everything up. That killed our forward momentum. We weren't able to pay our employees on time, which drained their work ethic. When the work ethic went down, the results went down, and then it turned into a downward spiral. And if you haven't been in a downward spiral or an upward spiral, they're real, they're crazy, and it happens fast, really fast. So yeah, we basically went from a little bit over 100K a month down to like 20, 30K a month. And now we're sitting at like 30, 40, something like that. Crazy. I know I'm going to build it all back up over the next month or two, and we'll be back up to 100K. But which isn't even crazy money. Like when we're doing 100K, we're only netting about 20 to 25% of that. So we'll only be making about 20 to 25,000 a month. So we've got a long way to go before we actually start netting 100K a month. That's my current goal. But yeah, when you guys go to hire out a team, just make sure you hire out slowly. You get systems put in place where they know exactly what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. They know what they need to do on a weekly basis. There's tracking so that you can see what's going on, and everyone has visual goals. Also, another thing that I would recommend is having a peer-to-peer review system, every like bi-weekly or once a month. And what is that? So a peer-to-peer review system, and the reason I thought about this is because we had a manager that everyone hated. Everyone hated, but we didn't know because he was always very nice, respectable to us. He treated us very well, and no one would speak up because everyone thought if they talked bad about the manager that they would get fired. A couple issues arose, and we noticed that the manager was not doing very good, and there was a bunch of flaws in the work he was doing. So we let him go. As soon as we let him go, everyone spoke up and they were like, we hated him. We did not like him. Not a good manager. He was rude, all of this. So a peer to peer review system would prevent that by allowing people to anonymously submit their opinion on everyone in the company. So now when we give people raises or we hire people and they're looking to move up in our company, we base it off of three things. It's output, sort of like the drive that they have, how much do they care about the company, do they go above and beyond, and then what do their peers think about them, right? Because if they care a lot about the company and they have a lot of output, but everyone hates them, that's probably not a good manager. You really need all three of those things. So really building a good team, and it takes a while. Don't try to rush through it. Don't try to skip any steps, and don't try to expand too rapidly. Make sure you have every position dialed in, and especially the money flow. If you have all the positions dialed in, the money flow, and you set the tone at the start with the clients, you'll be in a very good position. But do not make the mistake I made. It will set you back thousands and thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of your time. So if you got any sort of value from this video, drop a like, drop a comment. I'm going to just continue to drop some more knowledge and things that I messed up on and things that I'm going to be doing in the future. So yeah, have a blessed day, man.